morning. My name is Robin Parks Ennis, and I am an associate professor at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. I have had the pleasure of working with the RISE team for 3 years now to develop the RISE Cares program. I hope by now many of you are familiar with the RISE Cares expectations: care for self, care for others, and care for RISE. To encourage your efforts at home, we have developed a RISE Cares expectation matrix that you can use to clarify expectations for your child and other children in the home when engaged in various activities, including mealtime, chores, leisure time, or other activities that you routinely do in your home. We hope you will review this expectation matrix, put it on the fridge, reference it often. If we can use the common language at home that your children are used to hearing at RISE, you will be more likely to foster a learning environment that promotes their success while you are working with them at home. I also want to share with you some strategies that we routinely use at RISE. First of all, let me share that I am with you in solidarity during this time, as I have 3 preschoolers, 3 5-year-olds at home with me right now while I am trying to work and maintain the house. So I want to share with you these strategies that we routinely use in the classroom, but I'm going to tell you today about how I use them at home with my own children. So the first strategy that we routinely use is called PreCorrection. And this is just where we remind students of the expectations before we begin a particular activity. You can use these by borrowing language from the RISE Cares expectation matrix, or maybe those expectations are unique to the particular activity that you're doing. So for example, yesterday, my boys had a little bit of Play-Doh time. Before we started playing with Play-Doh, we talked about what was expected of them, because I know that the likelihood that if I give them free rein with the Play-Doh is that we'll have a huge mess, all the colors will be mixed together, and all the colors will be dried out by next time. So before we started playing with Play-Doh, I reminded them that we needed to keep all the colors separate, that we needed to put a lid on the Play-Doh when we were done, and if we couldn't get it on there firmly, we should ask for help, and that we should put all of our Play-Doh tools back in the bin when we're done. This made our Play-Doh time a much more enjoyable experience for everyone, and it set the expectations before we ever began. So as you start activities with your children today, think about how you can remind them of what's expected of them, focusing on what you want them to do as opposed to what you don't want them to do. Another strategy that I use daily with my sons is choice. One thing that choice does is it encourages students to make their own decisions, which is important as they start to develop more autonomy. It is also a great motivation factor if you want students to engage in an activity that they may not want to engage in. Remember when my children were starting to potty train, but they were still wearing diapers? They did not want to stop what they were doing to get their diaper changed. And so I would often give them a choice of which diaper they wanted or where they wanted their diaper changed. And then they were more likely to come to me, and I wouldn't have to chase them down the house just to change their diaper. This very morning, I used choice with my 5-year-olds who did not want to brush their teeth. Well, they often don't want to brush their teeth. So this morning, instead of calling them into the room and telling them to brush their teeth, I called them into the room, and when they got there, I asked them if they wanted the Nemo toothpaste or the Buzz Lightyear toothpaste. Without even realizing what they were doing, they all selected the toothpaste that they wanted, and before we knew it, they were brushing their teeth without all the whining and complaining. So choice is another great strategy that can help you if students aren't very excited about engaging in a particular activity. The last strategy that we use is a form of reinforcement called behavior-specific praise. As parents, we are routinely saying things like, "Good job, way to go, nice work." If we can take this and make it specific to the behavior that they completed, like good listening, nice job helping mommy, thank you for throwing your trash away, then we are increasing the likelihood that they will engage in those behaviors again and again. So today, look for opportunities to recognize when your students are doing something well using behavior-specific praise. Thanks for letting me share these tips and tricks. There's no foolproof way to do this right now as we're supporting our children in the middle of a pandemic and with all kinds of stressors being placed upon us. So my last thing is just please take care of yourself first. Practice self-care and make sure you're available to support your children by making sure that you are calm, you are relaxed, and you are taking time to take care of you.